Deep in the heart of the dense Amazon rainforest, where the canopy shuts out the sun and the rivers wind like veins through the earth, there are whispers of a creature unlike any other. The locals call it El Trueno Serpiente, or the thunder snake, a beast they say is part python, part electric eel, and stretches over 30 feet long. To anyone hearing this tale for the first time, it surely sounds like fantasy, an urban legend passed around to thrill and scare. But to those who have seen the python or claim to, this hybrid monstrosity is as real as the ground beneath their feet. And for Dr. Malia Garrett, a biologist with a penchant for chasing cryptids, it's the mystery she spent 10 years of her career hunting. Malia stands at the edge of the Blackwater River, the early morning mist curling around her boots like smoke from a dying fire. Her expedition team is clearing brush nearby, setting up camp for what promises to be an intense few weeks. They've traveled deep into the jungle, well beyond the safety and comfort of towns and villages. Her guide, a local man named Arturo, points to the water with a nervous shake of his head. "Here," he says quietly. "This is where the boat capsized. No one ever found the others. Just the marks." He kneels and draws a quick sketch in the dirt, a sinuous, winding mark accompanied by twin lightning bolts. The jungle keeps secrets, dangerous secrets. Malia crouches beside him, brushing her fingers over the damp earth. She's heard these stories before. Fishermen disappearing without a trace, villagers finding charred, thunderstruck wildlife along the banks, and the chilling accounts of people claiming they felt the river come alive. But today she's not here to collect stories or folklore. Today she's here to prove it exists. "Arturo," she begins carefully, "how far downriver did you and the others go before the boat capsized?" Arturo stands abruptly, his eyes darting between the tree line and water. "Don't ask me to go that far," he says. "Whatever you're looking for, Senora, some things aren't meant to be found." He retreats from her with an urgency that sends a small chill up her spine, but she doesn't blame him. Even she, for all her scientific determination, can admit there's something unsettling about being out here. The river seems alive. The way its surface ripples without wind, how it moves as though breathing after every passing moment. It doesn't help, of course, that the rumors behind El Trueno Serpiente are as fantastical as they are terrifying. The hybrid python reportedly has scales like polished metal, shimmering silver-black in the dim light. Its electric charge, far stronger than a regular eel, can knock an adult off their feet, rendering them unconscious in seconds. And once the victim succumbs, the snake's serpentine strength takes over, wrapping tight and pulling its prey into the water. As far as Malia understands from her interviews, no one has ever escaped once the thunder snake strikes. But Malia isn't deterred. If the creature is real, if this species defies science with its existence, it could revolutionize what we understand about evolution itself. A biologist's dream, or nightmare. Her team finishes assembling the trap, a patchwork net strong enough to restrain medium-sized crocodiles, reinforced with insulated wiring to counteract electrical strikes. The bait is a barrel of fish. Arturo, who has stayed just long enough to see them finish, shakes his head again as they lower the bait. "You're tempting a demon," he mutters before trudging back into the jungle toward safety. His absence leaves an unease in the air. Hours pass with no signs of the creature. The jungle buzzes and hums with the usual symphony of insects, birds, and monkeys, interrupted only by the occasional splash of a river dolphin, or perhaps something larger, just out of sight. Malia's mind drifts as she pushes her glasses up the bridge of her nose and scans the tree line. Would finding the thunder snake be worth it? Would the world believe her, even if she returned with undeniable evidence? The journals and research organizations would flock to her if she proved its existence, but what then? Would the creature be hunted to extinction, captured for study? The idea of exploiting such a rare and potentially deadly animal leaves a bitter taste in her mouth. Suddenly, the air grows eerily still. The cacophony of jungle life, the chirp of cicadas, the squawk of parrots, even the rustle of leaves, fades as though someone flicked a switch. Malia freezes, her breath catching in her throat. Her team exchanges nervous glances, readying themselves near the trap as the river's surface begins to ripple. At first it's subtle, like a stone skipping over calm water. But then the ripples grow more violent, spraying droplets into the air. Something is out there. Camera rolling, Malia whispers. Her assistant Lana nods, clutching the equipment with trembling hands. The bait sways at the edge of the trap, dangling just above the water. Then it happens. With a deafening crack that sounds like pure thunder, a flash of light erupts from beneath the surface. Sparks arc wildly between the trees, illuminating the jungle in an electric blue glow. The trap shakes violently as something massive strikes the wiring, making it creak and groan. Malia stumbles backward, barely keeping her footing, while Lana lets out an involuntary cry. For a split second, Malia catches a glimpse of it, the body of the creature coiling upward, its scales glinting like molten metal. 30 feet long would almost be an understatement. The thunder snake is colossal, dripping water, its eel-like maw snapping open to reveal rows of needle-sharp teeth. A current of electricity hums visibly around its body, leaving the faint smell of ozone in the air. Cut the bait, someone screams. But it's too late. The snake, no, the monster, twists around the net with impossible strength, yanking it downward with a single thrash. The insulated wiring sparks and pops, useless against its sheer power. Malia's heart pounds in her chest, her mind screaming at her to flee even as her legs refuse to move. She's frozen, not in fear but in awe. This is it. This is the creature. As the thunder snake descends into the water, the team pulls Malia back, dragging her toward safety. The river calms almost immediately after the beast disappears, leaving only a faint electrical hum resonating in the air. The jungle comes alive again, a sharp contrast to the eerie silence mere moments ago. When they regroup at camp later that evening, exhaustion mixes with disbelief. They've captured everything on camera. The footage won't lie. But their net is gone, torn asunder by forces stronger than they anticipated. Arturo, having returned before nightfall, examines their rattled faces and shakes his head solemnly. "You'll see," he says. "Now that it knows you're here, it will follow you until you leave." Malia wants to dismiss him, but in the back of her mind she feels it too. That faint hum, that lingering charge in the air, as though the creature isn't just in the river anymore, it's in the jungle, watching, waiting. What started as a fleeting hope for scientific discovery has turned into something far more primal. Malia knows she's entered a domain where humans do not belong. The jungle doesn't give up its secrets easily. Malia, for all her training and ambition, realizes too late that sometimes the legends are meant to stay exactly that. Legends.